Don't pay the mechanic. Fix these 10 car problems for $10 or less. Before you fork over a few $100 to your mechanic for something simple, let's get one thing straight. Not every car problem needs a shop visit. In fact, some fixes are so cheap and easy, they'll make you wonder why you didn't try them sooner. I'm Mike Anderson from Garage IQ, and today we're going to talk about 10 car problems you can fix yourself for $10 or less. So grab a can of WD-40, a screwdriver, and stick around to the end to see just how much money you could be saving. Let's dive in. Number 10. Foggy headlights. If your headlights look like they're covered in wax paper, you're not alone. Over time, exposure to sunlight and road debris causes the outer plastic to oxidize, giving them that cloudy, yellowed look. Not only does it kill the look of your car, but it also cuts your nighttime visibility in half. A mechanic will try to upsell you on a full restoration service, or worse, new headlights, both of which can cost hundreds of dollars. But here's the trick: toothpaste. Yep, regular white toothpaste with mild abrasives works wonders. Just squeeze some onto a soft cloth or sponge, then rub it into the headlight using firm circular motions. Spend a good 2 to 3 minutes on each lens. Rinse it off, dry it, and for around $5 total, your headlights can go from dull and yellow to bright and clean. Number 9. Squeaky doors or trunk hinges. You know that nails on a chalkboard screech every time you open your car door or pop the trunk? It might sound like something serious, but trust me, it's not. Mechanics might suggest replacing the hinge or disassembling parts of the door, and that could easily cost you upwards of $100. But all you really need is a few seconds and a can of WD-40. Just open the door and spray a small amount of WD-40 directly into the joint. You don't need to drown it, just a quick burst. Swing the door back and forth a few times to work the lubricant in, and you'll usually hear the difference immediately. That screech? Gone. You can do the same for squeaky trunk latches, hood hinges, or even your gas cap cover. This fix costs about $6, takes less than a minute, and the results are instant. Number 8. Stuck or rusty bolts. Ever try to change a license plate or swap out your battery and find the bolts won't budge? That's rust for you. It creeps into the threads, seizes the metal, and turns a 5-minute job into a 45-minute headache. Most people even call in help or risk stripping the bolt, making things worse. But before you reach for the drill, reach for the WD-40. Spray the rusted bolt liberally, especially where the threads disappear into the surface. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. That's the part most people rush, to allow the formula to penetrate and break up the rust. Then take your wrench or screwdriver and try again. In most cases, the bolt will come loose like nothing ever happened. If the bolt is still stuck, a second spray and a few light taps with a hammer can help shake things free. This method works on door hinges, battery terminals, license plate bolts, and even corroded underbody parts. By the way, if you're looking for cheap and practical car gadgets for under $30, check out this video. Number 7. Loose weatherstripping. That rubber seal running along the edges of your car doors and windows isn't just there for looks. It keeps wind noise out, traps heat or AC inside, and helps prevent water from leaking into the cabin when it rains. But over time, heat, cold, and repeated slamming of the doors can cause it to come loose, peel off, or sag. When that happens, the dealership's first suggestion is usually a total replacement. And that's not cheap. A full set of OEM weather stripping can easily cost over $100, plus labor if you're not installing it yourself. But here's the thing. If the rubber's still in decent shape and not cracked or dry rotted, you don't need to replace it. You just need to reattach it. All you need is weather strip adhesive, a small tube that costs around $4 to $7 and can be found at any auto parts store. Start by gently peeling back the loose section. Wipe away any old glue or dirt using rubbing alcohol and a clean rag to ensure a clean surface. Then apply a thin line of adhesive both to the car body and the underside of the weather stripping. Let it sit for a minute or two until it gets tacky. Then press it firmly back into place. Once it's dry, your car will feel tighter and quieter. Number 6. Slow windows or sticky locks. You press the button to roll your window down, and it moves slower than a snail in molasses. Or worse, your key won't turn in the door lock until you jiggle it like you're trying to open a treasure chest. These are small annoyances, but they build up fast, especially when it's raining or you're in a hurry. Before you assume something electrical is failing or you need a locksmith, try this simple fix: WD-40 or a silicone spray. Sticky windows are often caused by dry or dirty window channels. Over time, the rubber guides that the glass slides through collect dust, harden in the sun, or just lose their lubrication. Start by lowering the window and spraying a small amount of lubricant into the rubber tracks on both sides. Silicone spray is best for this job, but WD-40 works too. Then roll the window up and down a few times to work the product in. You'll almost instantly feel the difference. The window will glide like new. As for sticky locks, a quick spray directly into the keyhole can work miracles. Insert your key afterward and turn it gently a few times to spread the lubricant. If your car has a trunk keyhole you never use, test it there too. They tend to seize up from lack of use. Number 5. Worn wiper blades. You turn on your wipers in the middle of a rainstorm, and instead of a clean sweep, you get streaks, smears, and squeaks. Most people assume this means the blades are shot, so they toss them and drop $20 to $40 on a new pair. But not so fast. More often than not, your wipers are just dirty, not dead. Over time, grime from the windshield builds up on the rubber blade edge, causing them to drag and leave behind streaks. Before replacing them, try this quick cleanup trick. Grab a paper towel or a soft rag and a bit of rubbing alcohol or glass cleaner. Lift the wiper arm, pinch the blade, and wipe along the rubber edge a few times. You'll probably be shocked at the amount of black gunk that comes off. If the blade itself is still intact, no cracks or chunks missing, this method can restore performance almost instantly. It also prolongs the life of the blade by removing dirt and oil that breaks down the rubber over time. You can even do this monthly as a bit of maintenance. And if you want to take it a step further, try conditioning the rubber with a bit of silicone lubricant afterward. It helps keep the rubber soft and prevents premature cracking, especially in harsh weather. In total, this fix costs less than $2 if you already have cleaning supplies at home, and it might save you from a nerve-wracking drive in the next downpour. Are you going to use this method? Click subscribe to stay updated for more money-saving tips. Number 4. Sticky cup holders or interior gunk. There's something uniquely frustrating about trying to put your coffee cup into a sticky, crusted-over cup holder. Whether it's spilled soda, coffee residue, or the mysterious gunk that just appears over time, those little messes inside your car can make even a clean vehicle feel gross. And if you ask a detailing shop to handle it, that's a $100 plus interior deep clean, minimum. But with just $5 in a few minutes, you can make your interior look and smell brand new. Here's what you'll need: an old toothbrush or small scrub brush, some warm water, a splash of vinegar or dish soap, and a couple of microfiber towels. Start by vacuuming up any loose crumbs or debris. Then dip your brush into the soapy mixture and go to work on the cup holders, door panel crevices, and gear selector area. Circular scrubbing motions help break up that sticky buildup fast. For really stubborn stuff, especially hardened spills, let a hot soapy rag sit in the holder for a few minutes to loosen the grime before scrubbing. And if you want to go full pro mode, use a cotton swab or a folded piece of paper towel to get into the seams and tight corners. Once you're done, wipe everything down with a clean cloth and maybe add a few drops of essential oil or spray a little air freshener. The difference is huge. Suddenly your car feels more expensive, more comfortable, and way less embarrassing if someone rides shotgun. And all for less than a drive-through lunch. Number 3. Battery terminal corrosion. Pop your hood and look at your battery. If you see fluffy blue or white crust growing around the terminals, that's corrosion, and it's slowly killing your car's ability to start. Corroded terminals interfere with the electrical connection, causing weak starts, flickering lights, and eventually a dead battery. Mechanics often sell this as a battery service or replacement job, but the truth is it's ridiculously easy to clean, and it costs almost nothing. You'll need gloves, a small wire brush, or even an old toothbrush, and a simple cleaning solution, a mix of baking soda and water. Just disconnect the battery. Always remove the negative cable first, then the positive, and sprinkle the baking soda mixture onto the corroded areas. You'll see a fizzing reaction as it neutralizes the acid buildup. Let it sit for a minute, then scrub the terminals and cable ends thoroughly. Once clean, rinse with water and dry everything off completely. If you've got WD-40 lying around, give the terminals a light spray before reconnecting them. It creates a protective barrier that slows down future corrosion. There are also dedicated anti-corrosion sprays or battery terminal protectors, but WD-40 works fine in a pinch. Number 2. Cloudy interior glass. Ever notice that annoying haze on the inside of your windshield that just won't go away? Especially when the sun hits it at the right or wrong angle? That's off-gassing from your car's plastics. Essentially, chemicals being released from your dashboard, seats, and trim that cling to the inside of your glass. It builds up slowly but can seriously affect visibility, especially at night when oncoming headlights scatter across the film. You don't need a fancy auto glass cleaner. In fact, most $3 cleaners from a dollar store or general purpose spray will do the trick just fine. Start by rolling down your windows a bit so you don't just smear the haze around. Spray your cleaner onto a clean microfiber towel, not directly onto the glass. That helps prevent overspray on your dash. Then, using a vertical and horizontal motion, wipe the inside of your windshield, followed by the side windows and rear view mirror. If the haze is stubborn or greasy, try this quick trick. Mix equal parts water and white vinegar in a spray bottle and wipe it down with a dry paper towel afterward. The vinegar cuts through film fast and leaves a streak-free shine. Follow up with a second pass using a dry microfiber towel for clarity. You'll be shocked at how much brighter and clearer your windshield looks, and how much safer nighttime driving becomes. This one costs less than $5 and delivers results that would otherwise require a detailing appointment. Plus, you get that clean glass feeling that just makes your car feel fresh again. Number 1. Faded black trim. You've probably seen it, maybe on your own car. That dull grayish plastic around the mirrors, bumpers, or window trim that used to be a deep, rich black. Over time, UV rays and weather beat up unpainted plastic, causing it to fade and lose its original color. It's one of the fastest ways a car can look older than it really is, even if the rest of the paint is in great shape. Dealerships and detailers might try to upsell you on full trim restoration services or replacement pieces, but don't fall for it. You can bring back that clean factory black look for under $10. The trick is to use a trim restorer product, or even a bit of peanut butter. If you're looking for a budget hack, natural peanut butter, the kind with oils, not the sugary kind, contains natural fats and oils that absorb into plastic and temporarily darken it. But if you want longer-lasting results, grab a dedicated trim restorer. Meguiar's, Mother's, or Chemical Guys all offer options for around $8 or less. Start by washing the faded trim with soap and water to remove dirt and old residue. Dry it completely. Then apply a small amount of the product using a microfiber towel or a foam applicator pad, rubbing it in with circular motions. Let it sit for a couple of minutes, then wipe off the excess with a clean towel. You'll see an immediate transformation. What was dull and gray suddenly becomes a deep satin black, and it can last for weeks or even months, depending on how often your car's exposed to sun and rain. If you're using WD-40 in a pinch, it also works to temporarily darken faded trim, but just be aware it can attract dust over time. It's great for quick touch-ups or when you're about to sell the car and want it looking sharp. Which of these hacks have you used before? And which one are you just hearing about? Let us know in the comments.